Hello all, Lauren Riley here. I'm just going live for today's channeled message. Thank you for being patient. I was kind of busy yesterday and had a lot on my plate. So, there wasn't a message for yesterday, but, I'm going back in action. We'll see who's doing what. Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. I'm going to get outside pretty soon. It's like 1 o'clock. It's 55 degrees, 60 degrees outside. So why not take it while it's here? Bring it. Do the thing. Let's rock it. And I don't know, I'm still considering it, but going out to a restaurant for some spaghetti and mozzarella sticks. I know that I've been talking about that a good bit, but I'm just gonna do it because simply the fact that I'm worth the damn thing. So let's do it. Rock it. Hey Paula, how's it going? It's just last night was a kind of an eye opener regarding to my claircognizance possibly and synchronicities and where my life is headed. So, very interesting. I'll, go on more about that after this message is complete here. But let's not get too far into it because then I'll lose track and everything else. So, without, here we go. Let's rock. Hey Kelly, how's it going? The heart is the greatest thing that you can follow. The heart balances out the upper level energy and the lower level energy. When you listen to the heart, you're listening to both sides of the spectrum, the practical material, as well as the spiritual and imagination. The heart connects them both. It's right smack dab in the middle. You have the crown, the third eye chakra, the throat at the top, and then you've got the root, the solar plexus, and the creative energy in within that bottom portion, the sacral. So, while listening to the heart and dropping down into the heart, you can then mix and match the creative energy in regards to what your highest good is. You're able to see things more clearly. There's always a time for logic. Logic will help you navigate the material world, but logic does not help you navigate the imagination, does not help you create things for the future. This is where the imagination comes in. People get stuck in logic because that's the way their reality is right now. But as we've all stated before, you create your own reality, so it has to be based on, how your reality currently is and what you want it to be. Quote unquote, the imagination. So imagination mixed in with practicality will take you to where you want to be. Practicality alone will keep you where you are. Imagination alone will help you live in a fantasy world. So, with the combination of both, you'll be able to achieve what you want. And so, while listening to the heart, that's why it's important. Because the heart combines the practical and the imagination. Listening to the heart will help you achieve your goals without a doubt. Most of the time, you might have some kickback. However, if you truly desire what it is you came for, you will achieve it if you take the action as well as have the thoughts that, command it. Michael, 2006. 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 0 again is 2, plus 6 is 8. It is all about personal power, giving and receiving, abundance, achieving goals, materialism, balancing, being prudent. That, hey Jimmy, how's it going? So, obviously, like I was saying before, obviously, my fairy story actually was real after all, with those gnomes and the fairies that I was speaking to. Last night at the Native American ceremony, we were talking about Earth, planting new seeds for the spring, and so on and so forth. And, the badger is known for digging around in the earth, so I figured, with that message, that was given to me, as well as, that seemed to be kind of what the fairies were talking about. Outside of the whole playing thing and come play with us, that seems to be, or seemed to be the message that I, have been given for the past week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it has been. So, I guess that the fairy stuff wasn't as unrealistic or fake as I thought, huh? So maybe I'm more spot on than I would like to believe. Maybe in a sense it's a synchronicity, but then again, maybe it's just my claircognizance picking up. Knowing that there would be something relating to badgers on this trip last night after, receiving a badger in my mind's eye, and then joking about Oreos. So it's kind of like, okay, maybe, maybe my abilities are getting stronger. Maybe I'm just becoming, more aware, and that's fine. So, like, the biggest hurdle that I've had is, what happens, when I become the 1% or rich and then people see me differently than they do now. And I guess that's the fear of me losing my identity as somebody who always needs help. But then again, it's just like, okay, I'm not even there yet, and, I have to be willing to really put it up. So what if people see me the way that they see me? As long as I get to be myself and I'm comfortable with myself, then it doesn't really matter. And I know that, again, that's easier said being the quote unquote small guy than being somebody that's, maybe quote unquote well known. But hey, am I willing to fight my enemies, whatever those enemies might be, for what I want? Yes. Doesn't matter if there's one of them, doesn't matter if there's 100 or 1,000. I don't care. I feel that I'm strong enough to fight those 1,000 enemies if required. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'll have 1,000, but the more you put yourself out there and the more known you get, the more detractors you're going to attract, I guess. That's not me being trying to be negative, it's just, a fact of life. You know? Popular people, not really popular, but people, such as Andrea James, and, is kind of the poster child for the whole trans thing because she really helped people out, you know? She probably had less enemies when she first started than she does now. And, that's fine. She's cool with it. She told me herself that, in order to get where she was, she gave it all up. She gave up 90% of her income. Not that I'm trying to give her a shout out necessarily, but I'm just saying, you know, when you're going for what you really want, it could cost you a good bit. And I don't mean financially. I'm just saying in general, you know. Am I willing to fight for, not really just fight for, but am I willing to go the extra 10,000 miles to get what I want? The short answer is yes. And it's not just this with this whole spiritual based business thing, all of that is what I want now. But I'm saying, yes, I'm willing to go for and go 10,000 miles to get what it is that I want, to be able to travel, a good bit, to be able to see the world, my own home country, and meet other new people in person, and do what I have to do to build the life that I want. And so, I gotta stop saying the fairy stuff is fake and everything else. Maybe I know more than I think. Maybe I don't sense, energies or other people's energies that I think that I, do or don't, because maybe I'm already attuned to a high degree, and maybe, other beings or spirit itself doesn't need to try as hard to come through me. And that's just kind of, maybe that's the case. But I've got to be more confident myself just a bit more and really push through my doubts and do the damn thing. I've been doing the damn thing, but now it's time to take it to the next level. And so that's it, I'm on a new pathway. Spring is here. Retrograde, if I'm going to give it the power it deserves, is a good chunk over, and nothing bad happened. So, I've already decided the reevaluation, at least as far as, I'm concerned. I've done a good majority of the work. There's always work to be done. There's always things to be shed all the time. So I'm never going to be 100% shed of all the old stuff and 120% into the new. You can't even be that way because what was new, at one time becomes old, and sometimes even that needs to be shed for even the newer stuff to come in. So you're always shedding, you're always acquiring new things at the same time. Whereas new opportunities come, the old always falls away every day, every minute, every second. So no one is ever perfect, and that's something that I have to accept. And I just have to accept where I am right now. And so where I am is at the point of, I guess, in between the letting go of the old and acquiring the new. Interesting that I was watching a video with somebody a couple of days ago that was talking about being in Australia at an Airbnb, and then they were talking about how they went to Santa Cruz back in college, and became a little bit of a wine drinker. I mean, last night somebody was just talking about going to Santa Cruz in August. I mean, true, Jimmy, but it's kind of, like I said before, it's a little bit easier to say that when you're a quote unquote small person than when you're the 1% quote unquote. Can I still hold that positive view even though I will be who I am? So it's just that's the kind of thing, and I think that I'm able to do that. It's something that I really didn't think about. I didn't think about the perception of myself when I become, not really when I become, but when I am the person I really want to be. You know, it's and that's just one thing. How much character do I have? And I believe after further review that I can hack it. So it doesn't matter if 1,000 people are against me or whatever it may be. You know, if if that's the way it is, then that's what I'm gonna have to deal with. That comes with being the quote unquote popular, if ever. And from what I'm seeing recently and how I'm growing, I totally anticipate myself to grow a good portion. Obviously, there's steps to be taken. You're not going to become, a sensation overnight. Not that I want to necessarily become a sensation. I don't do this for the fame or the fortune. I do this to share my own message and to help you become the best version of yourself. So it's just at the end of the day, I'm doing what I love. This is what I love to do. Right now, I love being the medium, the psychic, the numerologist, the inspirer, the person that, the speaker, I guess, even though I'm officially not, a speaker in terms of, technicality in regards to the official, more officialized, whoever's in charge is, who decides that, but still. I enjoy coming live more than writing posts. For one thing, I'm using a phone, number one, so it's a little bit hard to write a big post. But, I have to get back into writing posts more because some people don't like watching live or don't come live or, comment live. So you gotta, really work on the comments or the posts for engagement that way. And it's not that I just want pure engagement. I actually want authentic engagement. I'm not just putting posts out there or comments out there just to put comments out there. That's not what it's about. It's about inspiring all, everyone that I come in contact with. I'm not perfect and you all see that. And I'll never claim, oh, I'm this way and I'm not trying to spiritual bypass myself, although I guess in a sense maybe sometimes I do so by my own error and mistake. Not because I don't want to feel my emotions, I do want to feel them, but I mean at the time of doing all these things, that's just how I feel, and maybe I change how I feel later on. So I don't know if that's just a change of heart or whether that sometimes could be spiritual bypassing, but who knows? So, I mean, that's what I want to be. I want to, I desire to be an entrepreneur. I desire to, to make an income for what I do, as well as inspire other people and be authentic. And I just desire to see the rest of my home country, see North Carolina, see like the Northeast, even though Baltimore is not considered part of the Northeast, but it's pretty much the same from what I hear. Not that I would think anything different, but still. I went to Philadelphia one time, kind of looked the same as here anyway, and that's fine though. But I'm pretty sure I'll see plenty of things that I've never seen before. You know, go out west again, do Phoenix for real, see Central California, see Washington, and see Oregon. It doesn't have to be like the sites or anything magical. I can just go there and see other people live. That's just what I want to do, and I just want to, help other people do it. That's why I want to do it, make money and do things more so online. I mean, maybe sometimes that kind of I downplay the need for physical interaction with people. Not because I'm a recluse. It's just, right now I'm focused on the whole career thing, as well as inspiring other people on a broad spectrum, and the internet and other places are the way to do that. So, but I mean, now I'm being kind of called to really, integrate my physical world. I mean, putting myself out there in a more material way, as well as doing what I do already. And it's just, I'm tired of telling myself no, that I can't have this because of this X, Y, and Z. I'm tired of saying, well, what if this happens? I'm tired of saying I can't afford this because I don't have X amount of dollars. So what? Go for it, do it anyway, see what I can do. I mean, I can't really get my visa for Australia right now, and the reason I can't do that is because you need a physical passport. You need the physical number on the passport itself to get the application done for the free visa for the month. So I gotta, put that off a little bit more than I wanted to, but it's okay. Anyway, so it seems like I'm on the right path, synchronicities. I'm gonna go try some more automatic writing, kind of been slacking off on that a little bit, and I'll catch you all later. As always, keep pushing forward and stay epic.